And we're back with Gabriel Knight.
I heard Lady Howard mention some Egyptian artifacts that were found here.
I don't know what you mean.
All right. I'll show you my copy of Le Serpent Rouge if you tell me.
That
But
sounds
it
like a
better
plan.
be good.
Come up to my room.
Oh, that... Oh. Oh, this never looks good.
Good. Lily's having a bath. Oh, she's been so distraught lately. She hasn't been in the mood to talk about the mystery. Dr. Wynne found these objects when he was digging here 20 years ago. He became convinced that the Wren mystery was deeply tied
Anything
to
different?
Egyptology. He believes there's a seed of alien wisdom buried here, a seed similar to that planted in...
Alright, so we're going to get the same there. But we had a more interesting thing beforehand, which pretty much, you know, stated... Oh, fatal. Okay, well, the game is frozen yet again, fantastically. But, which basically stated that they have another copy of Le Serpent Rouge, but ours is different to hers, but somehow her fingerprint got on the envelope that was left behind. The question is, who left everything behind? Now, I'm gonna... Hi guys, we're back. So basically what happened was, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of trailed off there, and I'm sorry about that, but basically what I was just trying to say was that if you look at it from I was trying to reason why it's Emilio that did it, you know, has been leaving the notes and that. I mean, as much as this, you know, I know what it is because I've played the game many times before, but basically what I was trying to say was, okay, well, Estelle didn't do it. There's no reason why Lady Howard would be trying to help us. She's too busy trying to work it out with Estelle. The Three Stooges, aka Buccelli, Mosley, and Bouthane, are too busy tripping over themselves. Abbe really doesn't like the idea of the bloodline, so there'd be no reason for him to push us towards it. Jean, Simone, and Roxanne really have nothing to do with anything that's going on. And Wilkes is dead. The Scotts are dead. Montreux is evil. And Larry Chester is part of the Freemasons, and he was just busy on the you know, bloodline. He wouldn't want to help us. So, yeah, so that's what happened. So it's Emilio, and we're about to have a cutscene with Emilio, which, you know, during the parts that isn't the cutscene, I will be talking through, but I'm going to drop off and just stay quiet while he explains everything because it's a lot to take in. And I realize that this is kind of boring just looking at the screen, but yeah, it's a lot to take in and it is really, really interesting. So just sit tight and enjoy what you see. So yeah, let's get this show on the road with Emilio. Emilio! Come and enjoy me immensely.
I think it's time we had a talk, Mr. Baza.
About your pants. Ugh.
You left that copy of Le Serpent Rouge at the museum for me, didn't you?
Yes.
And the little notes at the center of the circle and the arms of the hexagram.
Yep.
Guilty as charged.
Oh.
I don't get it. If you wanted to help Gabriel and I, why didn't you just be open about it?
I must be very careful that certain people do not know that I am here.
You're part of the secret brotherhood, aren't you? You and Mesme.
You are correct about Mesme. He is with the Brotherhood, but I am not. I haven't been for some time.
And Montreux, he's one of the others, the ones who steal the blood?
Yes. They call themselves adepts of the holy blood, but they are vampires, pure and simple.
I don't understand. Why doesn't the Brotherhood just stop the vampires?
If you are to understand what we're up against, you must know the whole story.
Oh yes, tell me it. Tell me everything. I love you, Emilio.
The secret brotherhood are the weavers of the bloodline. It is a process intricately linked to the stars. The birth of the Divine One, the one the Brotherhood calls the Kenosh Kenaya, can only happen during certain planetary alignments with the constellation Osiris. Just over 2,000 years ago was the last such configuration. The Brotherhood was expecting something profound. They tried frantically to read the signs and omens, There were many branches of the bloodline, even back then. One was the House of David, and it was to this branch that the signs pointed. So the Brotherhood used their influence and a bit of magic to convince the current heir, Joseph, to marry his betrothed before the date prescribed by Jewish tradition. Mary conceived. The signs for the birth were auspicious, a conjunction of two planets, Jupiter and Mercury. This created a star, a certain sign of success. But the Jewish king, Herod, heard of the birth of a Davidic heir and threatened the infant's life. The Brotherhood took the family to Egypt, and the young god was reared there, tutored in the ways of the infinite.
So Jesus was the Kenosh Kanaya?
Oh yes, he was what we had awaited. The open portal between man and the infinite. The one who could see the fabric of the universe and alter it at will.
Wow.
But he was also a Jew. Jesus insisted on studying the Torah, learning his heritage. As he read the tales, he became convinced that he was the Jewish Messiah. From the Brotherhood's point of view, it was a limited ambition. And yet, who were we to tell the Divine One what he was or was not?
What happened?
He returned to Jerusalem. A few of the Brotherhood went with him to watch over him. What we didn't realize, perhaps because we were not Jews, was that Jesus intended to fulfill the prophecies. All of them.
What about the vampires? Where do they come in?
I will try to explain. You see, the Brotherhood collected blood samples for study and testing before they selected brides. There were certain magical rites performed. There had always been rumors that some of these priests had dared imbibe the blood to steal power for themselves. Of course, such things were taboo, and when these rumors surfaced among the initiates, they were harshly scolded. But when Jesus was being reared in Egypt, there was a young initiate who envied his strange abilities. He began to whisper to his friends that to truly serve the Kenosh Kanaya, the priesthood ought also to be immortal, just like the Kenosh Kanaya himself.
Jesus was immortal?
In a sense, he could reweave the fabric of his body at will, just as he could those of others. He could have healed his own wounds, but he chose to perform the sacrifice the prophecies demanded. It wouldn't have been much of a sacrifice had he rescinded.
So what happened with the young initiate?
His name was Sine, and one of the boys he persuaded was Ali, son of the Brotherhood's headmaster. Ali wasn't a bad boy, but he loved Jesus and liked the idea of living with him forever. Fortunately, he approached his father about it one night. When the headmaster heard of the heresy, he exploded. Sine and his followers were expelled. Only Ali remained, having repented his ignorance. But Sine and his followers didn't give up. Sine grew bitter. He decided they would steal the blood. He kept his eyes on the conclave, but could never get close. When Jesus left for Jerusalem, they managed to keep it secret from Sine. He did not arrive in Israel until it was too late.
So Sine's group, the Adepts, are still after the blood.
Even worse, they found it. Jesus had heirs, 2 sons. That was the one thing he did agree to do for the Brotherhood's sake. His sons were only human. They'd missed the window of Osiris, but they survived to have descendants.
Now the window is open again.
Yes.
Is the baby, Charlie, the Kenosh Kanaya?
We do not know. It depends on how well the vine has been woven. It depends on many things. Sadly, it may not matter. Where the Brotherhood has woven for 2,000 years, the Adepts have tasted. The bloodline grew too broad for the Brotherhood to protect each descendant every minute. And as the vampires succeeded in stealing here and there, they grew in power and in corruption. They will resort to anything for the blood. Blackmail, murder, even black magic.
They've been mixing the blood as you have, but in their own bodies.
Exactly. And they've been doing it for so many generations that they've changed, physically. It is a result of the blood, but even more, the result of corruption. You see, the power they have is stolen. It is not theirs. Even so, they are strong. The Brotherhood does not taste of the forbidden fruit. They're no match for the Adepts anymore. And the baby's blood may be enough to tip them over the threshold, even if he's not all we think he might be.
So, what will happen if they take his blood?
Montreux will be king of the world. Rex Mundi incarnate.
God. Ah, it's Gabriel. Thank heaven.
Thank heaven indeed. We've quite nearly run out of time. May we meet in your room, Ms. Nakamura?
Alright, so we're back. So that was a brilliant cutscene, wasn't it? So, you know, there was a lot of that's interesting, sorry. But, there is a couple of things that I will point out now so that you're on the lookout for it, although I'm going to mention it again when they mention it. But, for instance, Emilio said things about Ali, and if you remember that the Book of the Immortals that Montreux had was mapping out someone through time whose name was A.N. So, yeah, so who knows who the mysterious walker through time is yet. I mean, I do, but, you know, pay attention, kids. So let's continue.
So they chased me for miles. Good thing I had the Harley.
God is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vanity works too.
It's time we talked about the temple. We must reach the Holy of Holies before midnight.
The temple?
Yeah. Yeah,
I've been trying to tell you.
because you're an
Help me find
idiot.
it.
There will be traps to keep out the uninitiated.
He means those who are not initiated into the mysteries.
Yeah.
You've read a lot of mysteries, haven't you, bud?
And wrote a lot
No,
of them.
my friend. The hermetical mysteries.
Yes.
This is why Mesme must go with you. I would go, but I dare not risk it while the Adepts are down there.
I'd like
Yeah.
to go.
I was hoping you would stay here with me, Grace.
Oh,
We can use Mesme's radio to stay in contact with the others.
yeah, that
I
sounds
may
like a plan.
need some of your computer expertise.
Oh,
3. 3 is the number that will best protect the group. Myself, Gabriel, and I believe Mr. Mosley is a trained police officer.
Hell yeah, I'll go. I got a gun in my room.
I'll go
But,
get it.
There aren't really any vampires down there,
Uh,
are there?
A few.
yeah,
If I know Montreux,
just a couple.
he will admit only his most trusted allies tonight. For such a prize as the baby, he might be challenged. His kind are not known for their loyalty.
Yikes.
What about the treasure?
God willing, we must remove it to safer keeping.
Wait a minute. This is about the kid. I'm not putting my butt on the line so you guys can get rich.
It's not what you think.
Yeah,
I assure you, the baby is the first priority for us all.
the baby is the treasure. Duh.
Just don't get too far ahead of me, bucko.
Huh.
Now let's see that map.
Oh, sorry, another cutscene, but they're not talking anything great, so.
Where is this thing?
Right over there.
Very close.
Now turn right. Now. There it is. Go on. Down there.
She said it was... Yep, she was right.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Whoa.
Hey, cutscene from the beginning of the day. Not cutscene, but photo. Oh, have fun. It's a bit of a doozy. Oh my god, what happened to your butt?